What's up? What's up? Happy Wednesday, fabulous people. Listen, it's time for LinkedIn Live with Nana. Who's excited? I'm excited. Get excited. I'm extra excited today because we have a special guest in the building, in the virtual world. I'm going to introduce her just in a moment. Um, but y'all already know if you're catching this live, if you are here with us, come say hello, pop in the chat, say it, say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be timing in from or tuning in from. But if you are catching this on the replay, y'all know, drop in the comments. Let me know this is a replay situation because we want to see you and feel you in the building. Okay. So today we talking about how they ain't gonna break our souls, okay? I'm not gonna sing. I might play a little music. We'll see how I feel and how that works on the share tip. But we are talking about all things authenticity as it relates to your digital presence, how you are creating a dope LinkedIn profile that is true to yourself. And so, of course, we have none other than the queen herself, Portia Obeng, in the building to tell us all about how to show up with authenticity when it comes to your LinkedIn profile. Okay. And so let me make sure I do justice here because I want to break down Portia's bio so y'all know what's really happening and who she is. Okay. Because we need to understand the levels of flex that are about to occur. Okay. So bear with me as I read a little bit. But Portia Obeng is a social media strategist with over 10 years, y'all, a decade of experience in social media strategy and content management. So she started before the snaps was chatted, the Instagrams had stories, and the ticks were topped. Okay. And right now, her current specialties are LinkedIn and Instagram. She works to help women level up on LinkedIn so they can stop selling themselves short and start attracting the money making opportunities they deserve. She also helps organizations turn their employers into LinkedIn superstars who advocate for their company, amplify brand messaging, and attract the best talent. Okay. And then on a personal tip, Portia just loves being Ghanaian because who wouldn't? She loves spicy food, dancing, loud music, listening to podcasts, experiencing new country, and reading a book, preferably on a beautiful beach in Ghana. So let's get up into this. Portia Obeng, welcome to LinkedIn Live. Woo! Say hello to the good people.
What a fantastic introduction. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. Of your greatness, of your excellence, and your fantasticness.
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. And this conversation, and let me say hello to all the people in the chat. What's up, Erica tuning in from New York? Nahima saying hello. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Michelle. Look, you already got the client testimonials popping. Nahima said, Portia, help me level up my LinkedIn page. I will forever scream that from the mountains. Come on. I love it. So, okay, Portia.
Yes.
You've been helping so many people with their LinkedIn profiles, right? You do this all the time.
Yeah.
Tell me, what are the biggest fears that people have around what to do with their LinkedIn profile, how to show up in this digital space in 2023? What the people afraid of?
Yeah, that's a great question. I know I'd say 99% of my one-on-one clients are women, and a good chunk of them are Black women. And one thing that they're usually afraid of, just in LinkedIn in general, they're really afraid of showing up as their true selves and really speaking to the talent and the gifts that they have. But they're also afraid of how they show up, like in terms of their appearance. And it's understandable just because, we know the way that Black women have been treated when it comes to their hair in
Mm-hmm.
American society. So like a big thing, it's like wild for me to say it. In 2023, it's like a big thing. It's like, well, what should my hair be like in my profile photo? And it's like, well, it grows out your head. That's what that should be.
Oh my God. That's so it's here comes the soapbox. It's here. Y'all ready? That is such a huge fear. Like the level of uncertainty and trepidation that Black women, we're talking to y'all, that we have around our hair.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I mean,
pretty wild because it's like, oh, like, well, what should I do with my hair? Like it's or like sometimes I'll be like, okay, if you need a new profile picture, I give suggestions about, booking an Airbnb experience within your city, getting a photographer to take some fun, great pictures of you. And they're like, okay, yeah, I'll take the pictures after I take my braids out. It's like, well, if you're gonna show up to work with braids, why
right.
not show up in your LinkedIn profile true and authentic to yourself? Because you want companies that are going to embrace your true and authentic self. If you think to yourself, oh, if I wear these blue braids, the company's not gonna hire me, great. Don't let them hire
Mm-hmm,
you. They don't deserve
mm-hmm,
you. You're not in alignment with the company culture. You need to find
mm-hmm.
companies that align with you. You don't need to fit in with them. You are the prize. I'm on my you are the prize stuff. Okay. So you need to find companies that are in alignment with you. Don't conform to like these different, don't you're not it's not your responsibility to make people comfortable with yourself. It's your
Mm,
responsibility to be true and authentic to
mm,
yourself. So if you wear braids
mm,
usually,
mm,
a
mm,
lot of the time
mm, mm.
wear braids in your LinkedIn profile photo. It's your digital handshake. It's how people are going to be introduced to you. Wear your braids, wear your afro,
Come on,
wear your wigs,
come on,
whatever it may be.
come on, come
Be your
on,
true self.
come on, come on. And I'm trying to give the good people what you said because they need to hear it and they need to see it. They need to like sink it in. You are the prize. Find companies that align with you. I think that's huge and something that I just want women to sit with, Black women in particular, because so many times, when people are thinking about I'm interviewing for a job, we focus so much on the company being the prize, right? And the role, come right? And it's the side profiles for me. Okay. All right. You focus so much on like, I want to get this coveted role. So let me alter what's best about me so I can fit in with them. Like,
Tell your people.
how is that serving you? How is that really serving you? Is it? Come on. Y'all catching this lean?
It's not serving you at all. It's serving nobody. Because if you think about it, so you're hiding your true self in your LinkedIn profile photo so you can attract
Hmm.
this whatever company, right? You go to the
Right.
interview. I even like saw one time on LinkedIn, like a woman was talking about how she has like interview wigs. Girl, please. Okay, so you're hiding yourself in the interview, and then what are you gonna do? You're gonna get hired for this role, and what are you gonna do? Hide yourself the entire time you're in this role to align with what?
Not to align with your stress levels. That's what I hear. That's what I hear.
Align with your stress level to
Like
be mad.
to just be upset. Like that's what I hear. I mean, I just don't. It's just like, what do you really want? What kind of experience do you really desire when you're at work? And I think, just like you're saying, by you choosing to wear your hair in its natural state or whatever state that's most pleasing to you, that's going to let people know what they're getting, right? And like you're going to send out the type of energy that you choose to attract. So if it's really that deep that an employer is going to judge you for having braids in your profile picture versus having, a classic bob, right? Like Jesus, what are they going to do about your work and the other things that are unique and, and natural about you? It's just too much stress, y'all. Like, I just, like, it's just literally talking about it. I'm just like, the stress that I feel. Like,
Right.
I just, can we release it? Because why? Because they won't break your soul. They
They they won't break your soul. They will not break your
they
soul.
they
We're
will
trying to
not.
set the people free.
Yes. So okay, so all right, so let's talk about like some what you've seen from different clients in terms of what they've chosen to do with their LinkedIn profiles. Like what do you see that are common mistakes people are making around how they're showing up, how they're putting their LinkedIn profiles, and really how they're branding themselves, right?
Yeah.
How are they branding themselves in terms of their talents, their skills, and who they are? What mistakes are you seeing?
Yeah, I think the people usually leave out the personal branding when it comes to their LinkedIn profile, particularly in the about section. And so when it
Mm,
comes to LinkedIn, your about section is key. It's very, very important because it's one of the factors of your profile that weighs very heavily in the search results on LinkedIn. So you want to have a lot of keywords from your industry in your LinkedIn profile. But what I find in your LinkedIn about section, but what I
mhm,
find is that a lot of women in particular, I mean, they will shy away from their gifts and their talents and their skills and from talking about the strengths that they have, the results that they deliver. That's really what you want to focus on, the results that you have delivered. And they'll almost hide themselves in the company rather than pulling themselves out. Like so like, for example, I've done social media management, right? Like I'm a social media manager anywhere I go. It's the same
mhm,
skills that I'm able to use, right? But a lot
mhm,
of people will be like, oh, like in this company, like I did this. And it's like you're so tied to that company, but you have the skill sets that you can take to any company. So when it comes to your personal brand, you got to talk about you, me. I did this. The results
mm,
were this. I did this. The impact was this. I did
mm,
this. I was rewarded with this. So you need to really focus on yourself, you, the things
mm.
you.
Mm. Did you catch it? Did you catch it, people? I just want to know. Drop in the chat. Let us know what's hitting you all, what is resonating, because when you said that people focus so much with the attachment to a company, I like that's I mean, it's so funny because even looking at your LinkedIn profile, like you're looking at it like your online resume, your online website, like you think about that way. And a lot of times you think about putting your resume together and it's literally, what did I do with this company, what did I do with this organization, like it's designed to make you feel like your impact, your value, your worthiness is attached to the organization versus this is me. Like, what's the value that I bring at the company, to friends that I've worked with, to family, to volunteer opportunity. Like, I'm hearing the emphasis on the totality of of you.
Exactly. Exactly. It's the whole you, the whole package, the whole thing, and letting people know that this is me. That's the key. Is me.
Right.
Mhm.
Let's talk about some of the ways that people can be more authentic when it comes to their LinkedIn profile. So we were breaking down the physical and the pictures, the hair, right? Tell us more about how people can really put it into practice, because I think some people, when they hear this notion of authenticity, I think some people get it and run with it and are like all the way 100%. And then there's others that are a little bit more, it's like tortoise and hare. There are the hares that are just like, boop, got it, do my thing. And then there's others that are like, I'm kind of doing a slow and steady with it because I'm not sure what it is, how I can do it, what's
Yeah.
appropriate. So tell the people some recommendations around how they can build a more authentic LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, one of the things is usually when I'm working with my clients, I ask them if they use emojis, like if they like expressing themselves in emojis. And they're like, oh,
Mm.
yeah, I love emojis. And I'm like, okay, well, let's put some in your headline and your about section. And they're like, so it's always like, is that like professional? And it's like, uh, if that's how you express yourself,
Right.
also, like, what is this like word professional that we're defining? If a hiring manager
Mm.
looks at your LinkedIn profile and they see that you use emojis, especially there's certain parts in your about section that I highly recommend that people do use emojis to like break up the content so it's easier for people to read. If they look at your profile and they're like, oh, she uses emojis, she's not professional, again, why do you want to work there?
Yeah.
The more true you can be to yourself and your profile, the better. So if you like emojis, use them in your headline. It makes it more catchy. And then use them in your about section as well. And then
Mm.
within your experience section, instead of using bullet points, you can use like an emoji check mark. You can use
Mm.
the diamond for the gem. Like if you're dropping gems, you can use the diamond, or they have the little orange diamond or the little blue diamond. You can use those. You can alternate the colors. You know what I mean? Like you can use the squares, you can use the circles. There's just so many things you can do to make your LinkedIn profile pop out and really be more true and authentic to yourself, because you want companies that are in alignment with you. Again, you're not trying
Yeah.
to fit into the company, you're trying to attract companies that are in alignment with you. So that's one thing that people can do.
I love it. I love it. I love it so much. You definitely put that nugget in my head with the emoji play and saying like, why not? Why can't I put some emojis here on LinkedIn? Because I think that's the other piece about it. Is interesting because I think, and this as a content, you've been a content manager, you've been a social media strategist. You've worked for some well-known brands, worked for some well-known companies, y'all. We talking about the Snapchats, we talking about like some amazing podcasts that you all have listened to, Side Hustle Pro. Like Portia has been doing social media strategy and content creation for a very, very long time. And so, I think it's interesting how at least for me, I was separating LinkedIn from Instagram, right? In terms of the vibe and the feel. I was like, well, on LinkedIn, I got to be a little more buttoned up. So I'm not really going to be, I'm not going to drop no curse words. I'm not going to I'm not going to be dropping the G off of my words. Like, I'm not going to be fully me, right?
Right.
And I'm gonna just keep it a little toned down because I know LinkedIn, like it's a lot more gray suits and navy suits. So I'm not gonna come in and give them all this color. But over on LinkedIn, what's up? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's good? What's happening? Right? And I'm giving all of the energy and giving y'all the play by play of my life. And Portia really helped me just say no, like I can bring more of that energy to LinkedIn. And I think it's a great way, one, to differentiate yourself amongst other people who are also experts in your field on the platform, because they might not be hip to bring in more of their authenticity to their page or to their profile. And then also it's like, yo, we're people. Like we're we're
Exactly.
people. We're people. And I think like when it gets to work and that feeling of what's professional and what is okay and acceptable, as you said, so many of your clients have that permission place, right? Like that
Right.
permission granted, permission denied. Like, I need you to tell me, is this okay? Especially for
Right.
Black women,
Right.
constantly seeking the permission and the approval. And it's like, well, sis, you are the person who's in control. So it's your life, it's your career, it's your journey. So you grant yourself permission. If you want to do it,
No, that's right.
do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and not feel like you have to cut out certain parts of yourself and isolate them for social media, certain platforms.
Exactly.
What are your thoughts, and what do you see in terms of how people might be showing up differently on LinkedIn versus Instagram, and how they might be able to marry some of that energy?
Yeah, no, that's a great example that you gave. I think specifically that really comes out when you're talking about your content on LinkedIn, because if you are, if you're there's like different ways to use LinkedIn content. So if you're a coach or a consultant, LinkedIn content is a great lead generator. It's a great way to get people on your email list. It's a great way to sell, coaching programs if you are having any workshops, anything like that. So LinkedIn content is great for that. It's also great if you are within your organization, within your company, and you're looking to completely lead the organization and you want to establish yourself as a thought leader within your industry. The reason why I recommend that people do that
Mhm.
is because, let's say you are a marketing manager at a certain company and you're looking to be a marketing manager or director at another company. You can start creating content around marketing and basically establish yourself as this thought leader, share your knowledge and your information, which is really good, attracts people to your profile. And then lastly, you can use content if you are within your organization, within your company, and you want to increase, you want to get a promotion, you want to move up, you want to increase your visibility within the
Mhm.
organization. You can also use LinkedIn content. In that sense, you can talk about the things you're doing within the company, as long as you can share it publicly. You can talk about events you're going to, things like that. So those are the different ways that you can use content on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And then what happens is that a lot of people, like you said, they'll make their content so stuffy and boring, thinking again it has to be like professional. And it's like, okay, well, what
Right.
is this definition of professional that you're being like
Right.
holding yourself to, right? So instead
Yeah.
of doing that, be authentic and true to yourself in your LinkedIn content. If you went to a great event for Black women in marketing, write about it on LinkedIn. Say, I went to this
Mhm.
event, Black women in marketing. I met these 3 women, tag them in the post, talk about 3 things you took away from the event, and then that's it. Don't be afraid to be like, oh, well, what if I post this and like, what if somebody says something in the comments? Okay, if they say something in the comments, they say something in the comments. It's not going to harm you
Mhm.
physically, it's not going to hurt you. You still went to the event, you still enjoyed yourself and had a good time. And just sharing that type of content lets people know that you're within your industry, right? You're learning,
Mhm.
you're growing,
Mhm.
and also the types of pictures that you're using in your LinkedIn content.
Mm.
Time you post content on LinkedIn, if you include a photo of yourself, it's going to perform better than any other types of photos that you can use in your LinkedIn content. But then again, are you thinking about, am I posting photos that are true and authentic to me? If I want to wear a sequin blue jumpsuit to this networking event, you know what I'm saying? Wear the jumpsuit. Wear the jumpsuit to the event. It's going to be great. Well, Nana can tell you all about them statement making pieces because that's her thing. That's her thing, right? That's her thing, right? But yeah, wear the jumpsuit and then post the photo of yourself. I went to this networking event, right?
Right.
this
Right.
this is what I learned. This is what I took away. These are some of the people that I met at the networking event, and make that your LinkedIn post. Like, make that your content. You can come with the energy. You can use the emojis. If you want to use curse words, like you said, do it. Be authentic to you. It's about you attracting what attracts, like, you know what I'm saying? Like attract like. You want to attract the things
Right.
you want, the people you want,
Right.
the companies you want, the clients you want. You want to attract them.
Right. Right. And listen, y'all, if you're gonna be using the curse word, use an emoji, or use some asterisk symbols. What are those symbols? Don't don't mess around and be. Let me just put that caveat in there, because I know about why you can't be cursing on the platform. Don't drop some 4-letter words all in. I would not recommend. I recommend you use an emoji to communicate that energy, or use some symbols, right? Y'all already know, you pop that asterisk exclamation point. Like, now let me tell y'all what the there are ways for you to communicate that energy. Um, okay, so speaking of which, Portia, let's talk about tone and language, and how people write for their profiles and their content. Because you were dropping so much good information in what you just shared. right now. And it's funny. It's like, when people are thinking about, oh, can I post this picture of me personally to an event that I went to and put it on LinkedIn, you might hesitate because you're like, oh, well, I'm wearing jeans, or, I'm casual, I'm not in work attire, etc. But like, to the point, it's about like sharing more of your lifestyle as well, and sharing more of your life. Like,
Yeah.
it's great to do it, and always try to make a connection to whatever space you're in, right? So if you're in marketing, if you're in nursing, if you're in advertising, if you're a lawyer, like, whatever it is, and whatever's connected to your thought leadership, like, make the connection, right? Make the connection with people, right? Like, this isn't, oh, well, I'm going to put a post and say, man, we hit the bar on Friday and it was jumping. Like, um, okay, but like, how does that connect to your profile in terms of your thought leadership, right? Like Portia says, you're creating this profile on LinkedIn, and it's a great avenue to create, more presence for yourself as a thought leader in your space. So as you're thinking about your content and what to share, and I think some people, it's interesting because some people really struggle with, again, that permission. Is this okay? What's too personable? What's acceptable? I can't share that, Friday night I had some drinks with my friends. I can't share that on social media or on LinkedIn specifically, right? That's something I share on Instagram or Facebook, right? But like you said, if you're going to post about it and share, went out for drinks on Friday night with my friends after a really intense work week, and I was really celebrating my wins. Make sure y'all take time to celebrate and be social as we're working, right? Like, there's always a way to connect, and allow people to see yourselves, because people are doing the same thing. Friday night, plenty of people will go out and have a cocktail, right? Plenty of people will have a happy hour event for their company. Plenty of people will have volunteer activities on the weekends. Like, you can share it. People want to see you. People want to see you as a whole. Let me also share what's happening in the chat, because the chat done chatting up. Tiffany is sharing about her fear of cutting and dyeing her hair blonde. That was a big fear for her. I understand. I'm with you. Marisha was just chiming in. So good. This is everything. Own your LinkedIn like you own your life. Come on, Tiffany. I love that. Okay. Bringing value. What a beautiful reminder. Christine is saying your self-worth is not defined to your job. Amen. Dr. Michelle loves the gems that you shared. Great suggestions. It speaks to being authentic, relevant, and insightful. Give all the energy and strength. Okay. We love it. So then on the wait, let me, and keep me honest. Did we talk about tone and language, or we segueing here today?
I want to go back to what you were talking about in terms of creating, the content, doing that post, like, oh yeah, I went out Friday night after a hard work week, and then celebrating your wins. Yeah, another thing you can do in that post, even notch it up even more, is be like, okay, these are the 3 wins I had this week. And then you can say at the end of the post, please share one of your wins from the week. It's a great way to engage with people. Again, attracting those who would be attracted to you, right? Attracting those who would be attracted. And then in terms of the tone, some people, like, again, it's back to that, like, the professionalism, the asking for permission. It's like, well, I can't be like too excited or too hype when I'm on LinkedIn. Yes, you can. You can be all that you want to be. Or like, even in terms of like code switching, like I'll put ain't in my LinkedIn posts all the times. Like I'll put, like girl, like I'll put all of that in my LinkedIn post, because that's how I communicate. That's how I speak. Again, I'm not interested in companies or clients who are not like me, who are not going to accept me for me. I'm interested in those who accept me for me. I'm attracting those type of people. So I'm not going to code switch in my LinkedIn content, in my LinkedIn about section, in my headline. I'm not going to do any of those things. I'm going to be authentic to myself. You don't need like
Mm.
people to like you. You need the right people to like you and be attracted to you and want to work with you.
About to write that down. About to write that down.
Write it down.
You don't need a million people to like you. I'm about to write it down for y'all too.
Write it down for the people. Yeah, you don't need all that. You don't need it.
Mm.
Mm-mm. You just need the right ones. That's all you need. You don't need to please everybody. Just
Mm.
enjoy your life. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Do things you
Mm.
enjoy. Be true to yourself.
Please.
Okay? The
Now,
happiness you have will overflow to others.
because can we talk about this? Because really, y'all, what I'm hearing Portia dive into is so much about this attraction, attracting the right people, and by you being who you are authentically, like that's what happens. You naturally attract people who are of like mind, spirit, like that. That's what happens, and then things, opportunities, they evolve. They come to the table, right? Okay, Holly's with you.
Yeah.
Okay, Tiffany said that's gonna be a great post today. Tiffany got her LinkedIn open.
She's
It's
she's
about
writing it down.
she's
She's
writing it down. You better get it right. Like we spend so much time trying to get people to like us. And that's like a thing since childhood,
yeah.
right? Like, I don't have any friends. I need people to like me. I don't want to sit at the cafeteria table by myself. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much, there's a lot of drama, but so much of that is societal and all of these different
Right.
elements. But it's so interesting how a lot of that just really manifests to how we are as adults because we're people. And you want to be liked, you want to have community, you want to have connection, you want to build relationships because that's what it is and that's what it's all about. But it's definitely a distinction, like Portia is saying. If you feel like you have to show up with a LinkedIn profile, have your hair straightened, or not wear colors, or not speak in the way that you would speak every day naturally, simply because you want people to like you, time out. Flag on the field, flag on the play, all the football analogies and sports
Not the Super
analogies.
Bowl. Not the Super
Come
Bowl.
on, football energy.
Not the Super Bowl energy. That's what I'm talking about.
I
Not
said,
time out.
I'm out. Let us be the referee in your life. Time
No, that's right.
out. Okay, you need the time
Yeah.
all the way out.
Yes,
Okay.
because it also like when you think of that wanting people to like us, if you really really break it down, it's heavily enforced on little girls, and that stays right with us as we grow up into women. That's like it's like, oh, you got to be nice, you got to be agreeable, you got to conform, you got to fit in. Girl, be yourself. Okay, be yourself. The more authentic and true you are to yourself, the better. If you notice, the ones who are out here who are the most unique, who are the most themselves, the authentic ones, they're the ones who get to charge the highest price, right? If you're just like everybody else, what do they need you for? Be true and authentic to yourself, charge the premium,
Mm, mm,
and get yourself
mm.
back, on the field. Take yourself out of timeout. Get yourself
Mm.
get yourself back on the field and be authentic and true to yourself.
Oh my gosh. Listen. I got to put this up. The most authentic ones charge premium prices.
Premium. Top tier.
Premium. Premium. Did you hear what she said? I heard it. That's why I'm singing.
Not
Like,
the songs.
yes, right? Marisha said that part, Portia, that part. Okay. There's so many, literally a bunch of women's faces ran across my mind who I'm like, oh yeah, they're completely authentic in themselves, and it ain't cheap. The Bozema St. John's, the Wanga. I'm gonna brutal her last name,
I
but
know you're
she
talking
is
about. Yeah.
right. She's the CEO of
Essence,
Essence
right? Yeah.
Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got even Reshmi Shahjani. She's a former CEO of Girls We Code, and she talks all about how young girls show up and all of the different barriers that they have faced in just trying to be themselves in this world. And she talks a lot about women and working women. So like these women, they are not afraid to use their voice. They are not afraid to use their presence. And you best believe that literally people are like, wow, I want you
Exactly.
because you're daring enough to be
Exactly.
different from everyone else and be and not in a fake way. Like you're just being yourself.
Exactly.
You know, like you're just being you.
Exactly. That's
Come on.
exactly. That's it. And you said, and also all these women you just named, they don't even apply for jobs. They don't even apply for opportunities. It's above them. Right? They're above it. They're above the things attract, they come to them. Those opportunities come to them. People want to work
Mm,
with them because they are so true and authentic to themselves.
mm,
You're not gonna
mm.
be out here searching and looking that things are gonna start coming to you.
Mm. Girl, listen, authenticity attracts.
It
That's what I heard
attracts.
her say. The people are agreeing. They are loving it. Be authentic and true to yourself. Come
Yeah.
on. Um, okay. I'm just going back to my questions because I'm trying to be a good interviewer here and make sure
Oh,
y'all
okay.
get some gems. And listen, if y'all got some questions, pop them in the comments or pop them in the chat so we can ask Portia and get all of this fabulous information. So let's talk about when you're working with clients and they do adhere to the guidance that you're recommending. What kinds of transformations do you see? Like, let's talk about that. What are the results? What's the impact of this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a fantastic question. The impact is so I have one client from last year who she, again, was afraid to show up as herself on LinkedIn. And she did one post. I usually like to get my clients to do this, like, introduce myself post. So she did her like introduce myself post. And she was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm going to use this picture of myself. It like is true and authentic to me. That posted phenomenally well. Like she got over 1,000 like likes. People were commenting and
Mm.
encouraging her. And she had, you know what I'm saying? She had her bundles in. There was the way it was like, it was cute. I mean, it was very true. She had like I think she had like some type of like Afrocentric earrings in. And it just was like, she was just so true and authentic to herself. And so many people resonated with her story. Like that's the thing is when you're
Mm.
authentic to yourself. A lot of the times the things we do, we have to just take ourselves, like take your thoughts and feelings out of it and just think about the other people you're serving by showing up and being true to yourself. The other people who when they
Mm.
see you, they're like, "Oh wow, like she did that, I can do it too." So that's just one example. The other example is another client of mine who she liked to be dressed down when she goes to these networking events. I mean, dressed down, okay? And eat like even I mean, she does like, how you recommend the statement styles when you're at these various events. So like she will attract people at the events, with these statement pieces. But then like when she's posting about it on LinkedIn, people are like, "Oh my gosh, like I love your hair, I love your outfit, like I love how you showed up to this event." And
Mm.
again, it's helping people see, "Oh, maybe I can do that too. Maybe I can try that out as well and do
Yeah.
that." But those are just like a couple of examples of how people, and then also both of these women, one woman, the one who showed up as herself in that LinkedIn post that did really well,
Mhm.
she got a new job. The other woman, she got promoted in her job. Again, like you're going to see the results, and you're going to have less stress, as Nana was talking about in the beginning. You have less stress, one less thing for you to worry about. Just be yourself, be true. The results will come.
Come on, y'all. Please, can we get into this? Can we get into that thinking about other people? Because you will definitely block a blessing because you all up in your head.
Listen.
Okay, right? You all up in your head. And the thing is, like, I have done this, y'all. Like, how many times will you be sitting there thinking about, should I post this on LinkedIn? You will pull the picture up, you will have the copy there, but all you got to do is hit that publish, hit that go button, whatever the button is, like, and you just sit there, like, I don't know. Is this okay? I'm wearing jeans. Is my shirt too low cut? Is the thing? Is it like it's like 1,000 different thoughts go through your mind, and
Right.
then at the end of the day, it's like, okay, what if you said, well, let me think about the people who I'm trying to serve and connect with. Like, are they going to benefit from what I have to say in this post? Are they going to benefit from me showing up more as my true self? Is that going to inspire somebody else to do the same? Because what are we doing it for? If you're doing it just for yourself because you want to just be seen out here, I mean, that's something, I guess, but I like literally I flatline on that because that just does nothing for my spirit. But if you're here, like, if you're here, I know, especially if you're watching this live right now, and if you follow Portia, if you follow me, like, you are already a person who is about impact. So you want to make an impact and leave an impact. Okay. So, like Tiffany is saying, remove the ego.
Oh yeah.
Come on, right? Remove it. You see, Portia just threw it off and threw it out. She threw it out for you. Threw it away. Remove the ego. I love that. Remove the ego. Think about the other people that you are serving.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Okay. Portia, I want you to, this has been, first of all, let's just marinate in the goodness of knowledge and inspiration to take action, right? To do some things that you may have been nervous about doing when it comes to your LinkedIn profile, whether that's your picture, whether that's the tone in your language, whether that's using emojis to showcase your personality. Like, Portia dropped so many different recommendations that you can apply now. Like, right now.
Right now, please. Right now. Today. You can do it today.
You can do it today. Come on.
Yes.
So Portia, for anybody who's like, I don't know, Portia, I'm still like nervous about what I should do next. And basically, they're the people who are screaming for help because they have not posted on LinkedIn. They don't know what to post. They don't have a profile picture. Like, the page is looking bland or it's not representing their best talents. How can people find you? How can people work with you? Let these people know because they need your help.
Oh yes. Thank you so much. She said they screaming for help.
They're screaming. They're literally screaming for help.
Thank you so much. Okay. So they can reach out to me. I offer one-on-one 90-minute LinkedIn coaching sessions with women. Well, I said that most of my clients are women. And by the end of the 90 minutes, you have a new LinkedIn profile before, like, yeah. Oh yeah. When women come to me, they're like, okay, I'll read everything over and like think about it. Nah, no. You're gonna update your profile in the 90 minutes. You can always change it later, but a lot of people get stuck, and you don't get stuck with me. We move forward. We value progress over perfection. So I have that available to people. So yes, the one-on-one 90-minute coaching sessions, new LinkedIn profile at the end of 90 minutes. And then I also do LinkedIn training for corporate clients. I have my Level Up Your LinkedIn webinar that takes you through how to just level up on LinkedIn so that your employees can be your biggest brand advocates. Because if your employees are not engaged on LinkedIn, you are really wasting your time. Because engaged employees on LinkedIn is one of the most cost-effective marketing strategies you can have. You're going to bring in the best talent. They're going to be the best people who are amplifying your campaigns. So if you do not have your employees being superstars on LinkedIn, I don't know what you're doing in 2020.
Listen, like that caught me. If you're an employer watching this, HR talent, that's a new way to think about how you could be using LinkedIn in your marketing team for your company. Like, how are you using LinkedIn to like create these employee superstars who are like just touting how great your organization is? Right. Have you thought about it? Because that's a gem right there. Listen, Holly, what you're gonna do is you're gonna click that link with Portia's information, because Holly said, that's me. She said, that's me on the profile. She said, I at least have a pic though, LOL. But when we were breaking that down, that sounds like a cry for help. So don't hesitate. Okay. We like Portia got you. She's got you. You can do one-on-one calls with her. Boom. She gonna help you get on the right track. I dropped Portia's link to her LinkedIn profile in the chat. Make sure you connect with her. Send her a DM. Let her know what was really valuable, what gem you walked away with from this conversation today. And of course, screenshot us, take a picture, because this was an experience you had, and apply the information because Portia's ready. Did you see it? Apply the information that she shared. They just gonna get me laughing and smiling and talking. Selena said, I'll be adding emojis after this webinar. Come on, Selena. I love it.
Selena's from she's one of Doc Jasmine's people. Doc Jasmine is also good too. She shows up very often.
Yes, Dr. Jasmine.
Doc Jasmine is on here authentic, attracting all the clients. Okay.
Come on. Holly says she's reaching out today. So that is coming your way. Marisha said, absolutely, progress over perfection. Just keep going. One of my pet peeves is do it scared, but do it. Girl, we are with you 1,000%. We are taking action. Okay, Portia, what's one last thing that you want to leave for the good people as they go about on this Wednesday to help them show up authentically?
Oh boy, one last good thing for the people. Yeah, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for the women who are coming behind you. Not the hymnals. Not the
I mean, when the word has been said, you got to just let it marinate. Just think, if you're not doing it for yourself, do it for the women who are coming behind you. That's what she said, y'all. I think that's phenomenal. Okay, let me, we couldn't call this, they're going to break my soul without playing a little something. I'm going to lower my volume. Hopefully,
lower the volume. Well, thank you so much for having me, Nana. Thank you so much for being amazing. And thank you so much for helping the women. The women, you help them.
Yeah. Can you hear that?
Girl, no, we can't hear. You can hear it? We can't hear it. I can't hear it.
No, that's so bad. Oh, I thought I was doing something great. You see, I was so excited. I was like, yes, I have music.
It's okay.
No. I tried, y'all. I tried to play the music. Sorry, I need somebody on the other side to do that. But but in my mind, though, in my ears, I was jamming. I was jamming. But listen, y'all, we just want to thank Portia for being here, dropping the gems, and really inspiring people. It's clear from the chat, people are about to take action and implement the wisdom that she has dropped. Definitely connect with her, follow her, because her content is amazing. She will be sharing free information that is going to help you take action to build a better LinkedIn profile. And if you know you can't do it by yourself, you don't have the time, you don't have the skill set, just hire her. Like, just pay for somebody to help you take your profile to the next level. Okay? That's what we're doing. All right? Because it's 2023, it's Black History Month. Black women, show up as yourselves. We are rooting for you and we're dancing for you along the way.
Amen. Black Women's Month.
Oh, thank you so much, Portia.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right, y'all take care and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.